Good morning, I'm home today. I have some coffee. I put 2 little drip drops of hazelnut extract, which adds no calories, no fat, no sugar, no nothing, but it jazzes up a cup of coffee. And I have a tiny little half a splash of heavy whipping cream, which, yes, heavy whipping cream has more calories to an equal size, maybe cup of milk, but milk is processed, and the lower fat milk you go adds carbs. I don't know, something I learned quite a few years ago. So I use a tiny bit just to change the color of my coffee of heavy whipping cream. I'll accept the few little calories, but my body doesn't tolerate the carbs. Wow, that's a lot about nothing. What have I been doing? Impkins. I got back on the Impkins. Miss Kathy sent me towards the Impkins book, which I hadn't put away. I just set to the side. Oh, this isn't it. This is something different. Hi. I'm excited to visit with you today. Impkins. So I got back into the Impkins book, Halloween style this time. Who's that? Happy Halloween. Trick or treat. Got Sam here. I did 2 little granny square patches with some embroidery thread. This is some mystery yarn, which got some more mystery yarn to talk about with you today. It was in a thrift store find. This was some cotton that they used to have at Hobby Lobby, but it was not Hobby Lobby brand. It was, oh my goodness, it's from Mexico, and I've looked at the yarn before. The shipping was awesome, and they have tons of cotton. This character has like gunny sack head kind of piece, burlap, not gunny sack, burlap. Got me a little backpack, usually carries a big bag or a big burlap bag. That's why I was thinking burlap bag. Or a sucker. I started to do the sucker, but kind of lost pizzazz on that. So I did the Sitting Impkins number 2. I like the number 2 because it's got short stubby legs and big feet. Kind of cute. The number 1 arms are a little shorter than the number 2 arms. I just did the body. I went back around catching the loops in the head and just played around with half doubles, singles, doubles, triples, acrobats. Stitched on some eyes, so that was one overnight. The stitched on eyes I did this morning though. Forgot he didn't have no eyes. This is the Impkins backpack, removable, totally removable. So that's a little Halloween display for the house. And then, well, I did that one second. First, I did this one. It's the Impkins with the skull and the rib cage. And then I did the cloak. For this one, I used some red safety eyes that I had. I think that was a thrift find too. This cotton. This was a spool of size 10 fashion weight cotton. I think this gray for the body, I think that's that roving scarfy stuff. But I just used a small hook, and I like the gradient, the fade on that one. Worked out fun. The cloak, I did a little different. I attached it at the neck with a little slip. But his head is, oh no, I ain't gonna go off that way. His head's pretty squishy, but I think I took it down his body when I put it on. I put body down through. I guess it could come off, but cute little display. What am I working on? Okay. Thank you for asking. So I found this book, Simply Crochet. How did I find this book? I was on Instagram and someone posted a picture of a sweater that they had. Very, very nice sweater. Really like the sweater. So I bought the book. The book, I don't buy pattern books unless there are a few patterns in it that I really, really want to make. Not just I like them, but I'm going to make it. And that's how I justify the price of the book. The book on eBay was $3. And I figured I would spend that on a pattern. So I didn't know because eBay, and I couldn't find pictures of the other patterns in the book. So I couldn't see the other 22. But I figured $3 for the pattern that I liked, I would buy that. So bought the book. It is the Spa Shawl Top. Isn't it pretty? Oh, that can go on top of anything. We don't have really, really cold days here. So I pretty much wear tank tops or t-shirts all year long. So this would go on the, I could very easily put this on top of a summer dress and turn it into a fall something. Or I can put it over a long sleeve turtlenecky something and turn it into a fall. Look, I got a big old mosquito bite. Okay, don't want to show the pattern. Look how the sleeves, it's a shawl, but then they bring it together at the waistline. Isn't that elegant? I'll give you a good view. I like it. That is really pretty. So, step one, what kind of yarn? I want it to be fall. I want it to be, see, it's a shawl all the way around, and then they make this waistline, and I like how it's stitched closed so that I'm not going to constantly be pulling it, tugging it, wrapping it. I don't need an extra piece of like a shawl pin that's a little heavy. No buttons. Step one, find something we like. Either the yarn tells us that it wants to be made into something, or we find a pattern, now we got to match up the yarn. So I have a bag of stuff when I went to Sacramento. Let me get comfortable. There we go. When I went to Sacramento, I found those bags of yarn, fiber. So I was kind of looking through those. I haven't put them away, haven't sorted through them. Before I sort through them, I like to go on Ravelry to the yarn and try and look up what I can from the labels and see what yarn weight. It doesn't always say what yarn weight's on them. One that I came across was Sea Exchange Fibers, the Dye Project, Santa Cruz, California, which is a couple miles from me. And I thought, oh, a beautiful red, burnt, not even a brown, a burnt orange, a red, it's got red. Well, it's called redwood. Absolutely beautiful. And it says Swell Sport. Swell is when the water floods in, caps, and then comes in thick. Well, deep. Beautiful, beautiful coloring. And it's a sport weight. We need a sport weight. So in here it says we need a sport weight, and then it says naturallycaron.com. And then it talks about how they used like a bamboo blend. And it was 251 yards, and they used 5 skeins. Okay. Sport weight. Okay. It's pretty common. Should be able to find some of that. Let's see. And then it says to use an H-hook, which is huge. But that's where that drapiness is going to come from. So I need 1,250 yards. And this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I only have one. Came from that thrift find. On here, I can see that the LYS was selling this hand-dyed, beautiful, gorgeous yarn that is American Merino and Cashmere for $42. This is 325 yards. There is no way Hooked on Wishing Crochet can get 2 more of these. This is it. This was the find of a lifetime. Can find something to go with this, which would be nice. We'll see. We shall see. there were some things that had no labels on them. I don't know what it is. First one is this. Nice fall colors. It's got some slate, some gray, some black. It goes into a little bit of a tan. This is beautiful. No idea. It's got a nice halo on it. Kind of reminds me of a calico cat. But I don't know what it is. So I need to figure out what yarn weight it is. So I have this sewing tool. It is for making hems, and it's got this slide on it. The slide you can put at the 1 inch marker. So I need to know wraps per inch, which is incredible because it's got a stopper here right where the first marking starts. So I want to wrap this around and around and around, side by side, all the way up to the 1 inch mark. And I want to know how many wraps per inch because I went on the interweb and I made me a little chart. So I want sport weight. So I need a 2 weight yarn. Could do a 3. Could do a DK or a sport weight. So I want somewhere between 14 and 13 wraps per inch. I don't know. I don't know how else to tell what it is. I mean, I can feel and make sure that, you know, my combination and my fibers, but this is kind of one of those, I don't want to blend too many yarns. There's no natural, in this pattern, there's no natural like sections. I don't want to stripe it. Stripes really aren't the best for me personally. My own personal opinion, I don't do stripes. Horizontal, vertical, All right, so I got some wraps on there. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That makes it a fingering super fine. I don't know. Maybe I was pulling that a little too tight. It does have some natural puff, and you want to take out that roving puff. Let me do it again very loosely. I think I was trying to pack the wraps in. Let's not do that. Oh! I haven't had a garment project in a while. I mean, I have my my Halloween cobweb right here, but man, that is so tedious. You chain 13, 2 double crochet, chain 13, 2 double crochet. I need something intricate. Keep me busy. Okay, those are looser wraps. Maybe one more. Those are looser wraps. That's not straining or pushing anything. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That makes it a sports weight DK. I could do the bottom edge. So that's a sports weight. I will have to mark that. Content with that. And holding it up next to that clearly marked, it is similar. Can make this one color, this edging one color, and then have this part more of a variegated solid, or this a solid and that a variegated, depending on yardage. I have no idea how much yardage is here either. Weigh it. Now that I know that it's a number 2 sports weight, I could weigh it, throw that into a calculator and see how many grams, which will tell me how many yards. Ooh. Really getting into that. So that's a possibility. The other possibility I have is this. That's some natural sunlight coming from my front windows. That's a nice green. Nice olivey, dark green. It feels, just guesstimating, it feels thicker than a sock yarn, and that's why I kept it out. We're where's the end? Let's see. So that last one's definitely a possibility. Don't know if I want to hold off on the redwood and match that with like a black. Ooh, that would be so monarch butterfly pretty. Ooh, that would. Black and that redwood. Somehow add some little whites in there. So I'm wrapping this somewhat loosely. We just want each wrap to touch each other. There we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is a sports weight DK. This will work. And I have whatever this is, which now that I know that it's a DK wraps per inch, 2 fine. I got 2 of those. This should be enough. Usually hanks come in 100 grams. Usually. This is a sports weight 100 grams. So it's usually hanked up in 100 grams. Usually when you have a hank, you'd put it into a cake. This is assuming a lot. Especially from a crafter that, I don't know, but they took excellent good care of their yarn. This will be enough. So, definitely in the running. Then, and it would probably use every little bit of that. So then I wouldn't have any, if I had any little bit of leftovers, it could always go into my scrap pile and maybe someday become, a bit and bob on an Impskins. Who knows? So I definitely like the fact that I'd be using all of that. And then maybe use this, which it wouldn't matter how many yards I have of this, because it would just be, ooh, that would look good together. That would be the waistband and the hemline going from waist around the neck down to the waist. That would look really good together. Well, there's another option. The other option is this one. I love this. This is all the dark, deep, rich colors with black in between. Stained glass, beautiful. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I have 3 of these. Assuming that each one's a hank. Assuming that they're 100 grams a piece. Let's take a look at the wraps per inch. This is much thinner. I only pulled it out because I have 3 of them. So if I'm using, if I was insistent and I really wanted that to work, I guess it's telling me to use an H so that there's a lot of drape. If I make the largest size possible with a smaller weight yarn and a smaller hook, I could do the gauge and see if the gauge is going to be, I could double the pattern, double the recipe, double the pattern. I really don't like messing with patterns that much, because you're using your yarn, you're using your time, and it gets a little discouraging if it doesn't theoretically work out like it should, right? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that is a fingering, super fine, number 1, 16 wraps per inch fingering yarn. I think I want just a quick make. I think I want to make this. I want to wear this. The seasons are getting ready to change. to do, what to do. I could use these. I won't be using all of this, which is fine because I was just thinking when I pulled out the bag that some of this variegated would make some beautiful monsters. This is definitely an earthy, rocky monster, isn't it? This donut. Use all of this, use some of this, put the leftovers of this in to make a monster. That'd make a nice snuggly monster. Put this back on the shelf. You know, maybe I should go dig a little deeper. Maybe I should go look into my treasure chest of hanks and see if I have anything else marked sports weight. And if I don't, then I need to put these hanks that I have. These were all hanks from the same thrift store find. It's a sock weight. Sock weight. I know I got some beautiful hanks that time. The video is on the list if you want to go back and see. I don't want to have to go back all the way through that haul, but I need to put those away. I wrote on them. I looked them up on Ravelry Yarn, and I looked it up on their internet page, and I found out what weights they were because it wasn't clearly marked. So then I wrote those on there. I need to put those away in the chest of good stuff. So while I'm in the chest of good stuff, I should look and see if I have any other color combinations that I would like to make this out of. It is in a very light color. I'm not a light color type of person. I drink a lot of coffee, I splash, I spill. Would be nice if that was out of a cotton though. Thank you for spending time with me while I think out loud. So, I got some options started. To be continued, ... Take care. See you soon. I haven't come to a conclusion yet. Tell me what you think in the comment box below. Bye.